Hey there! So today we have another super exciting topic, and no further ado, let's just dive in. So today we're gonna talk about Lightroom tethering, and this is something super useful topic, and this is one of the ways how you can bring your photography to the next level. So first of all, what is tethering? I know you all know what it is, but we just have to go through this one shortly, and then we can go into details. So tethering means that you're connecting your camera to a computer, tablet or smartphone, and images appear on the screen as you shoot them, and you can do this wirelessly or through a USB cable. And then tethering advantages are obviously you can edit some of the photos straight away, you can fix mistakes, you can look extremely professional, and you can go into details. And this is one of the main things, especially when you do the client's work and even in a restaurant or in your studio. So when you do the tethering, then usually clients, you can see it in their face, they completely change their view on you, and you look super professional. And that's what you want, because again, clients' opinion matters a lot, even if you don't agree on this one. But in the end of the day, the client can see the photo straight away. You can work with the client together if they are there, and you can fix mistakes, and you can edit straight away, so you have the final solution there straight away. The disadvantages is obviously time and studio setup. So you have to have at least some kind of setup to do the tethering. And then sometimes I personally do it with my laptop if I don't have my if I'm not in my studio room, or I'm in, for example, in a restaurant or so. And then in the studio room, I have it on my big screen, and then it looks way better. And time-wise, yeah, it takes a while to set it up, but on the other hand, you might end up not wasting too much time, because in the end of the day, you don't have to fix your mistakes on Lightroom or Photoshop. So on the other hand, it might be a time changer as well. So I usually use Lightroom Classic tethering option, and this is my personal preference. And then I use the USB cable. I'm working with the Nikon right now, and I would say Nikon doesn't have a good app solution for wireless, even though my camera is able to do wireless. So it's sometimes I was at first I was trying with my camera connect with the Wi-Fi to my phone, and then on my Nikon app I had the scene straight away. But what I found out was that it was so slow. The app solution, I don't know what time you are watching this video, but at this moment, the Nikon app is not a good one. So that's why I'm not even using it on my phone. And if I do the tethering option, then I use the cable because it's the quickest one. My shutter speed is not going slow, and in the end of the day, I like to use Lightroom anyways, and Lightroom is where I edit my photos anyways. So for me, this solution works the best. But you might have some other solutions, and you might end up with a tablet or phone tethering as well. But I personally like to have it connected to my computer and then to a bigger screen. So yeah, so anyways, I like to use Lightroom Classic tethering option, and this is super easy to set up. At first it might sound a little bit confusing, but in the end of the day, it's super easy setup. And then let's just compare those main tethering programs that are super popular amongst tethering in general. So they are Lightroom CC versus Lightroom Classic. So on Lightroom CC at the moment you can't do it, you're gonna do it in Lightroom Classic CC. And then another super popular thing is Capture.min. But again, this is my personal opinion and some of the opinion that I have heard from other photographers as well. The capture one is obviously better for tethering, but on the other hand, it costs, and I personally don't like to pay for Lightroom and for capture one at the same time. And in the end of the day, Lightroom, I have it as a package, and in Lightroom I can edit my photos. I already pay for Lightroom anyways, so I don't see like another point to pay for capture one as well. And in the end of the day, like Lightroom works for me. Plus now they have like many new features, so it's not as beginner, I would say, as it was before. So yeah, I recommend Lightroom Classic, and on this class we go through the Lightroom Classic CC setup, like how to use tethering option there. But if you're interested in capture one, then definitely do your research in this one. But again, like I just tell you that it costs more, and in the end of the day, then you have to get your photos to Lightroom to edit them. And for me personally, look works way better if I have everything in the same program. I don't have another app in my computer, and it just works for me personally, or another program, sorry. So first of all, let's start the capture. So first things first, you have to connect the supported camera to your computer and open it on Lightroom Classic. So then you go to choose files, then Tethered capture, and start capture. And that's how easy it is. Actually, it's like, yeah, seriously, it's not like a rocket science, so everyone can do it. So and then in the Tethered capture settings dialog box, you specifically how you want to import the photos. I always like, especially when I work for the clients, I have the session, destination, information, and then I also have to disable auto advance. So session means that the session is named of the folder that stores the captured photo. Select the segments by shots to create subfolders within the session, and you can name the subfolders after clicking go. So that's why, like, we have another class like how to organize your files. So this is another like super important thing. Like, I remember when I started out, and like, yeah, my Lightroom was a big mess. But in the end of the day, when you go through years and years and years of photography, then you need to have like some kind of system, because sometimes your clients pop up and they're like, oh, we lost our photos, we like, do you have them still? And then you're gonna be like the awesome photographer who like, yeah, I have it. And unless you have it, I don't know, it's like 2 old photos and you don't have to sort them according to your contract or something like that. So that's why, like, definitely like look at these ones and organize your photos like super well, like session, destination, information, and then yeah, with all the settings and everything. And again, like check out our other class about organizing Lightroom. And then finally you click OK and you start the photo capture session, and a camera detection window appears, and the tether bar appears after Lightroom Classic effect on the camera. And Lightroom Classic is detecting a connection to the camera, and Lightroom Classic is then connected with your camera. And this is something super exciting, because you can change your settings, you can change everything in the camera settings. So it's something super exciting again. And then fifth step is that use the floating tether capture bar to adjust the camera controls and develop settings. Again, you can click the shutter release button on your computer. Like the first time I was trying it, I was like, because especially when you do like some kind of overhead shots and you don't want to climb on top of the mountain, like I mean like on top of the table and then camera and then fall and everything. You just have everything connected to your camera, and then you just press your mouse button, click, and bam, the shutter release button is on your computer, which is super exciting. Like, this is like a game changer in general. And for example, optionally, you can choose a preset to apply the imported photos straight away. So what it means that you just edit straight away, see how it's going. So you still have your studio setup, your food setup there, so you can make quickly some adjustments. You can see a bigger picture. You don't have to look your small camera view view, and in the end of the day, it's like you can go into details in this one. And especially when you want to go pro, then you need to go into those details, because those details in the end of the day are the ones that change the whole game of yours. And then click the settings button in the lower right corner of the floating bar and edit capture settings. So you can control, like through your computer, you can control shutter speed, aperture, ISO, white balance. And this is again, like, sorry if I'm repeating myself, but this is a game changer and it's so exciting. And then if you are submitting photos by shots, then press Ctrl Shift T or Command Shift T on Mac and create a new shot. And you should also click the current shot name on the enter, and then press Ctrl T and Command T or Mac and show hide the floating tether capture bar. And then another thing, like, definitely remember to take out your memory card, because sometimes it's like you might get like issues, but quite often the problem is that you have your memory card in your computer, but these photos will be saved on your computer straight away, not on a memory card on your camera. So obviously it depends on the camera, it depends on a lot of things, but quite often you just have to remove your memory card because the photos are going straight to your computer. And to close the floating tethered capture, you just go to Files, Tether Capture, and Stop Tethering to end the session. And there you have it. It's something super, super exciting. And now we are going to go to another part. So Lightroom now has the tethered live view, and this is a game changer. You can see exactly what you are shooting right in real time, and you can play around with the tethering capture and Lightroom Classic Live View, or for Canon and Nikon cameras. And this, again, like, this is even more exciting because you can see it on your full screen. Do you need to put like this seat right or left, or like you can go into details, you can go into millimeter by millimeter, like change the positions of your food and or camera or everything. So live view, definitely check this one out and try this feature because this is a game changer. So how to turn on the live view? First of all, you connect your supported Canon or Nikon camera or to your computer and launch Lightroom Classic. Then you choose tethered capture and start tethered capture. And third step is that in the tethered capture settings dialog box, use specific how you want to import the photos. So you can go again, like organizing everything like we did before. So session, destination, information, and everything like this. And then you click OK to start the photo capture session. So everything as it was before. But the only thing is that you click live in the tethered part to start the live tethering. And live view from the camera is shown on the screen. And this is, you have to try this one and definitely let us know in the comments how it went, because like this is something super, super exciting. Like, definitely check these ones out. And while you are in the live view, you can adjust the focus of your camera, the other part using the focus control bar. You can click the autofocus button to turn on and off your focus. And in the autofocus mode, you use the button and control the focus manually. And so this is like some of the features that you can also use. And at the end of the day, you're in live view, and this is a game changer. And then use the floating tethered capture bar to adjust other camera controls and develop settings. So again, like similar things, you can click the shutter button. You can play around with your different settings. You can click the settings button to your lower right corner of the floating bar to edit capture settings. You can control the shutter speed, aperture, ISO, white balance. Again, like super, super similar, but now it's just like you have the live view and you can see the things you're going to move on your scenes straight away. So finally, recap. I hope it was useful, because again, like tethering is another thing where you can go into details. What you just need is a Lightroom Classic CC, and then a little bit more professional setup, like get your cables, get your Lightroom, connect it with your computer, edit straight away. Or if you just want to, I don't know, show off with your clients, then the clients, yeah, you can see it, like clients see you as super professional photographer when you have like this kind of tethering option, so that the client can also see what you are doing, and you can just go like super confidently there and put up your scene, even if it's like a studio or a restaurant. If it's like obviously like a restaurant, then you might need like a laptop or something like that. In a studio, you can have it on a bigger screen. And again, like I highly recommend you to try this one, because this is a game changer. Thank you for watching. I hope this was useful, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.